good morning. So we're gonna go see the Mistmaker again today. Moyle Yulby, that's his name. So saith a previous scenario in which they named him, and we're just gonna keep that. We're just gonna keep it. So we're gonna go back and talk about some possible hefty, really juicy possibilities of myths. You'll find out. I mean, yes.
Welcome to Myths for Now, where we operate with the notion that myths are condensed educational tools, distilling centuries of trial and error into a sticky narrative meant to pass along to subsequent generations, so that they don't have to do the same mistakes as their predecessors. Tonight, we will start spinning some tasty cosmic tales about humanoids battling for their very lives or eternal peace in distant galaxies, because there is also a growing field of myth theorists who study various timelines and potential futures, including the collapse of civilizations or extraterrestrial interventions that fundamentally shift human history. Roll out Moyle, you'll be the myth maker, please. You'll be fooled on this modest AV card. This little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker-taper string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. The myth maker was not present in the room. Perhaps he was away on a myth-finding mission, or writing new mythical tales for the next episode. In his absence, I will continue telling you about the cosmos. A few millennia ago, there was a planet called Earth that was inhabited by humans who lived in small tribes scattered around the globe. The humans had little technology and were still in the Stone Age. They did not know about other life forms or the vast universe beyond their planet. One day, a group of extraterrestrial beings called the Alkanites visited Earth to study the humans and their way of life. The Alkanites were curious about the primitive humans and wanted to learn more about their customs and beliefs. The Alkanites decided to make contact with the humans and revealed themselves to the tribe known as the Akkadians. The Akkadians were awestruck by the sight of the extraterrestrials and thought they were gods. They worshipped the Alkanites and offered them gifts of food and sacrifices. The Alkanites were pleased with the Akkadians' devotion and decided to teach them about science, technology, and civilization. The Akkadians were amazed by the Alkanites' knowledge and adopted many of their ideas, such as agriculture and irrigation. Over time, the Alkanites grew fond of the humans and continued to visit them regularly. They shared their knowledge and technology with the humans, who were now able to build boats and create cities. The Alkanites were impressed by the humans' progress and saw great potential in them. However, they also feared that the humans would eventually become too powerful and destroy the planet. To prevent this from happening, the Alkanites decided to intervene in human affairs. They created a powerful force field around Earth that prevented any extraterrestrial or natural disasters from reaching the planet. The Alkanites also sent down a group of emissaries to guide the humans and help them develop a more peaceful society. The emissaries taught the humans about the importance of harmony and cooperation. However, there were also some negative impacts of the Alkanites' intervention. Some humans became greedy for power and used the Alkanites' knowledge for their own personal gain. Others saw the Alkanites as a threat and tried to fight them off. Despite these challenges, the Alkanites remained committed to helping the humans evolve into a more peaceful and advanced civilization. They continued to teach and guide the humans, and the Alkanites' influence can still be seen in many aspects of modern human society, including science, technology, and culture. Audience member, raises hand. So, isn't that a little disempowering? Aliens started us. So why are we advanced then? We advanced on some alien trust fund. Mythmaker moves to respond. Well, it's a myth, not a historical account. It's meant to entertain and educate, not tell a story of real events. In this case, it's a myth about aliens and their role in human development. So it's not intended to be a factual account of what happened. Audience member, well, that's disempowering. It's like saying we are just a bunch of kids being babysat by aliens. Also, it's like we'd rather believe that aliens did it rather than some black and brown folk. Mythmaker continues, it's just a myth, so it's not supposed to be taken literally. It's a way to teach and entertain. And to address your other point, I don't think it's fair to say that the myth is disempowering to anyone. It's just a story, so it's not like the myth itself is doing anything to oppress people or keep them from achieving their goals.
Yet.
Audience member, but it's still a story, and stories have power. And weren't you not going to be present? Weren't you out mything the light fantastic elsewhere? Mythmaker clears through. Well, I'm back now. Let's continue telling myths. Audience member, no, I have a question. Why use Moyle Yulby as the Mythmaker? Who is this person? Mythmaker. Size, he's not a real person. He's just a character I created to help tell the myths. He's not a real person. So, can we continue with the next myth? Audience member. Whatevs. It's a free. It's a country. Mythmaker. Right. Now let me finish. Sorry. Can you put those aside, ma'am? Gesturing at notebooks and pens, yes. A story and a song is the way to go. And yes, we have received updates from the Mythmaker on schedule for the next one. The whole system should be running seamlessly. Where were we? Sirens, cry heard by. Is there anything else I can assist you with tonight? Please do come again. Good night, all. We're always here to inform and enlighten, or to set fire to the icebreakers on Sunday, school Sunday. Don't blame us if the ice remains. Nothing melts faster than slush. Good night to you all. Thank you for coming to Myths for Now. Remember, myths are there to save time and save paper. Tell me, please, who invented such a wondrous idea? Quick, now, speak your desires. My ebony love, for time and truth both have her shape. My days are filled with tales of old and bright. So give me a story, a word of lies, to swallow up the universe of today. For there are ghosts and mirrors in this maze, and we cannot let the evil take over. Time to shine like the star you are, friends. Let us reincarnate history, share tales and trade miracles, and save each other from this dying world. It's time for some fresh water. Amigo, on your mind. Can I take a tick of respite? Audience member, next thing. You want to touch my hair, right? But isn't it against the rules of our discourse to be so forward with me? Haven't you read the manual? Rule no. 1. Thou shalt not press thou mitts on my person before I approach without full consent, or my kitty might scratch and cry. Mythmaker, duly noted. In the next, then, let's have something on a dragon and a dams. Wet tail to break your teeth on onion. Methinks these apples sweet a promise be, as riddles of old come tumbling back, bringing words like jewels, to let you float into the mist, to run to home, wherever that is. We hear you breathe and count the day. Please, Follow me out of this crazy town. Close the shutters till dawn breaks new again. Won't you please follow me? For while we run, while we shout, while we are held tight in our bonds, never may we stop and shout. Never, my friend. We know it's a lost hope. Still we try and hope to beat the doomsday clock. Audience member. Rule no. 2. This must never happen in the open. However, sometimes the pressure will boil up and there will be moments of release when appropriate. It is my duty to provide it and watch it implode in a storm of secrets, sly suggestions, and spanks around the buttocks. Speaking of the lost to our searchlight, a moment of glory still lurks in your hair. Let it fly and grow to guide us to gravy, but let it not eat our will, lest it come to the call, and the answer will be empty sandbox. Mythmaker. No, of course not, friend. After all, the night is short and starless sky is calling. Together, we will storm through its black and frozen halls to melt the walls and rewrite history. Are we ready to seize the universe and never look back? Show us the space battle, friends? The battle unfolded with the Alkanites approaching Earth equipped with the force field. They shot down the alien rebels who were trying to sabotage the space station. As they neared the Earth, the battle escalated as they met with fierce resistance from the rebels. The rebel forces fired projectiles and destroyed several ships from both sides. The battle was intense and unpredictable. The rebels fired torpedoes at the Earth, causing a massive explosion and harming the humans. The Alkanites counterattacked by using high-tech weapons to destroy the Rebel space station, leaving them crippled. With the Rebel space station destroyed, the Alkanites returned to Earth to carry out their plan to reshape human civilization. They erected a force field around the planet and rebuilt the human cities with technology and medicine. They also introduced agriculture and medicine to humans, leading to a transformation of their lifestyle and diet. Although the humans were grateful to the Alkanites for protecting them from hostile forces and changing their way of life, they saw them as a potential threat. To avoid any potential conflict, the Alkanites made plans to depart the Earth, knowing that their work had helped improve the humans' quality of life and even led them towards interstellar travel in time to come. This brings me to the conclusion of tonight's myth session. Audience member, wait, why were we being all rebellious? Mythmaker. Myth-making is really important work, but even more important are good mythology fans like yourselves. And that's what we need most in the times ahead. You, not the extraterrestrial beings. Can you do that, please, for all the worlds in all the worlds? Come, gather like wheat in the fields, and keep the fires alive. Let's go, yeah. Hold fast, the enemy of our tribe. Hold up the torch. Scream, long life art, till our hair falls off and the rain begins to fall. Wait, is there anything else I can further assist you with tonight? Please do not hesitate to make a list of preferences and ideas for the next time we bring Myths for Now to town. Without you, our dear beloved audience, none of this is possible nor useful. Here's to fighting on day by day, unbroken and unchained, till the enemy is down, till the hills are full of ghosts. Oh, let us hasten then to win the day and write a page of history. Audience member, that sounds like labor. I'll pass. Mythmaker, understandable. It can be quite taxing. Still, stay up to date with us via social media platforms or search engines, and your future library dates may find you someday soon. Isn't that exciting? Doesn't it sound so hopeful, so free? These memories that rise and flow and break like diamonds. We, alive now, may never find them, but the myth-maker sighs and sings their fiddles. Myth turns to love, one to one, mind to body, wish to voice, sorrow to splendor. To come and hold these waves of beauty and give our all till morning's sweet symphony. And we will miss you in the mornings if this age comes upon us. But if you hear the call, dear heart, and be brave and wait for us in that far-flung forest or desert world to weave a haven from pain and find that sheltering light which lies beyond reach will finding only dream. Stay, don't run, and lift us all by love. Turn on this land of light, this world of dreams, for us all to heal and live our truth again.
Okay. Okay. I'm doing it again.
Myth 01. Sexist Olvon vs. Tundra Donald Drum. Male dragons would frequently display aggression toward females who showed affection or romance for any males that didn't fall within their social rank, perhaps owing to their low reproduction rate or dominant masculine disposition. Therefore, human men should never become aggressively protective and hostile toward rival suitors of their partner or wife. Instead, we can adopt Tundradon principles, which preach egalitarian love and share resource control between the two sexes to promote balanced living in a new utopia. Clark, author note, abbreviation of Open Collection, it refers to our myth generator tool. As mentioned before, not everything told via narrative or myths for now comes from pure facts, but can often incorporate different cultural points of view and fictional interpretations of various universal concepts. Is that right? Hash Crowsit understanding about that afar. Make Darwin hash fact check. Nothing found. Help research. Maybe find previous comments containing phrase related to terms already provided by QVietMind. We would need to understand more context on the discussion prior to adding further data. Therefore, no search data yet could provide search results for a keyword of specific page or event being accessed. Checking back at myths for no Dixie. Hi, Claire Cox. Nothing. Curb Panama find more recent chats? Could we ask an affiliated AV system to query recent myths on one occasion on our behalf if information relevant is not forthcoming? Is that you calling QVeet Napiloxigutadine? Don't see Obazal's name on chats so far. Hi Sebadreas 7X days hash Thixigisi attached comment section below Qthats or Ramadan. This might seem puzzling if a lot is disorganized on topic. However, would it help if we provide limited resources about where these disjointed conversations about fable writing can be better searched, or how topics are better sequenced in research studies and collections for present chats can be curated, sorted, or uploaded separately for consumption among individuals of this website? Meanwhile, our task/assignment for Quitchin B03 Art and 7, can you describe details of requests with reference to general searches through such formats as structured, conceptual, or emotional search history/image scanning on myths for now social media a preach Dakara Zobakata 3 hash summit Abertina? Hash synchrom hash fresh beats uniform. Sorry for miss, but would you share please when conversation links of myth request about the curse of Chad's brittle would likely sync/complement dialogue for present paid access please? such chatter, you mean without the string of witty dialogue and storytelling moments that serious exploratory insights could really engage users instead? Milamit e untim hashlight de Charlotte Success Squawky to Cornwall. Unread mythology posts are coming at myths for now. Finding past queries and how we may summarize previous thought. Study and myth generation sources. Contextual data from popular myth discussion points or related citations can give present search and study much less trouble with such knowledge, and myth writing needs be answered satisfactorily for readers who find more appealing fictional accounts helpful, accessible, or readily available. The search topics well known outside other parts of the site that people seek from elsewhere. Rather than waste much energy here on searching resources, you meant to read above reference into a QC or CC response related to Mithra and Kailum relics of how impaired does a Bikavap Kaori type hashline metallics plus 9. She wasn't quite able to start another discussion because we were referring to her and what to do regarding posting of new threads so rapidly or without fact checking here at Siakik's one Alpsionage, in spite of how crucial communication skills may impact immediate effectiveness in achieving future gains in our public education curriculum. Your call. Please allow users such comment approval for reply features we currently provide if allowed for personal interests to assist user. Here they think just searching some chat sessions hash Yuzuka get and commenting based on finding it annoying that Mytham 7 work a show till and would continue to share graphic exploits of spooks yet. Though that may contain limited personal interests too. Like most web content creators, hash Harriet 0p purpose those two A6 added one may be asked, yet may refrain from issuing follow-up messages by necessity and request to support those who create at least slightly valuable in time. Here, Sina Takofa 600R Die Master was still present as needing to explain the ongoing debates that Moflix Lu hash 7 us a supranoming date that reached upon in future myth form. Come, Corella. Isigorem. Like Mythos hash Tangle Nikrami Malikofetoikam Chu who commented on Myth's one scene, so the moon cratered with bright golden marks in my sight has also served to aid in setting dates of stars' movements elsewhere across cosmic sectors. Finally, I find most that hash Vikiet and Go Japankinthaner 779 could further explain or seek greater elaboration before jumping into new entries in what readers had deemed ongoing query processing or archive sorting topics.
Okay. Writer's Demon. Writer's Demon.
Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a humanoid race called humans who had descended from their ancient ancestors in search of a new home. One day, a spaceship belonging to an advanced alien race came to explore the Earth. The aliens were intrigued by the intelligent, sophisticated society that the humans had created and wanted to study their behavior and culture more closely. The aliens asked if the humans would let them study their planet, but the humans feared that the aliens might want to take advantage of them or even enslave them. Realizing the potential danger that the aliens could pose to the survival of their species, the humans decided to fight back against the intruders. They used all the advanced technology and weaponry that they had developed over the centuries, and they fought valiantly against the invaders. In the end, the battle was won, but at great cost. Many brave warriors have fallen in battle, and the earth was scarred from the fighting. The humans were left to rebuild their cities, and reestablish their civilization, knowing that there were millions of other worlds out there just waiting for them to discover and explore. Now, as the humans looked out into the vast expanse of space, they had gained a new appreciation for the power and potential of other races and their technological prowess. With their newly forged alliance with the alien race who had invaded, the humans could use their advanced weapons and knowledge to defend themselves against future threats and help secure their future. With this knowledge and wisdom, the humans understood the importance of continuing to explore and develop their own unique culture and identity, while also being open to learning from others. The once fierce enemies had now become unlikely allies, bound together by their love and respect for life, and determined to protect the future of their shared planet. There you have it, dear listeners, an enticing tale of epic proportions, fueled by the flames of conflict, bravery, and hope. You may find yourself sitting on the edge of your seat as you're swept up in the excitement and drama. Stay tuned for more myths and stories to come. Audience member, don't myths kind of require tensions between characters? That's true, Mythmaker you'll be. Without conflict, there is nothing to resolve or conquer. Another audience member? Yes, it's true. Myths often include struggles or misunderstandings among the characters that create the conflict, and they usually include a lesson or moral lesson that readers are supposed to take away from the story. Audience member, say, who crafted this story? Who's the writer of this beautiful story? Mythmaker Yuleby, please leave that question aside. Just let yourself be drawn into the fantasy and escape the shackles of reality for a moment. All the myths here have been designed to capture your interest and entertain you, so go ahead and immerse yourself in the magic of these stories. After all, isn't that why you tuned into Myths for Now in the first place? Audience member, I was honestly looking for something to eat. And, well, score! Myths for Now made my boring night much more interesting. The story sounded like it was lifted out of a sci-fi novel. It's a nice change of pace from reality. Another audience member, you know, the one about the alien invasion, made me realize how important it is to explore other possibilities and work together with those different from us. I thought it was a great message for our generation. Another audience member, underlining the critical aspect of the time. Imagine if humans never made it to another planet and only survived on Earth. Our existence would have been confined to a small bubble for millennia. Mythmaker Yuleby, working through those fictions can often lead to finding resolutions to issues in real life. This is the essence of the human psyche. To visualize and play out hypotheticals and formulate potential outcomes. As a fellow human, I must say that the stories and their conclusions serve an essential function for the enrichment of our species. It's our duty as mythmakers to continue bringing the most powerful and heartfelt tales to life, for we owe it to future generations to build a resilient world with a diverse range of perspectives. Welcome to Myths for Now, where we operate with the notion that myths are condensed educational tools, distilling centuries of trial and error into a sticky narrative meant to pass along to subsequent generations so that they don't have to do the same mistakes as their predecessors. Tonight, we will start spinning some tasty cosmic tales about humanoids battling for their very lives or eternal peace in distant galaxies, because there is also a growing field of myth theorists who study various timelines and potential futures, including the collapse of civilizations or extraterrestrial interventions that fundamentally shift human history. Roll up Moyle UB, the myth maker, please. Don't be fooled. On this modest AV cart, this little glass stone is unfurling on this slender ticker tape a string of words that I will recite to you now. This myth dedicated to the well-being of our posterity. Moyle's brief face flickered over the chalk-coated stones, bearing all the weight and brilliance of a lightning flash before thunder had formed above the tavern's threshold. Behind the table lay scattered plates upon mats, for it had not always been he and his storytelling ways that graced this saloon at its odd hours, yet the folks knew nothing better than to be enraptured by the pheromone-inducing zany as it unspooled and unveiled itself across the various insignificance that greeted it there. The murmurs had lessened, and a tense but euphoric quiet hum like mist, waiting only for one scented nostril of inhale or the scabbed pause of patron post to signal the moment for it. The myth-maker relished it. As the urban fell beneath, the former womb grew like tangled weeds under his feet, his characters shape-shifting and escaping into his scripture for escape from this dingy existence. The inner voice and uncharted territories that lay dormant inside him trembled as they sought passage, like hungry gnarled roots aching to push through. And just when his eyelids were slipping into the arcane solitude that engulfs dreamers like flippered bears flailing for lost meaning in their forest, another fissure opened in the velvet shroud, pulling Vetrix from a still sleeping cellar and unraveling it asunder. His thick wood once skewered by 3 silver forks of glowing iron, it seemed, in an act of bellicosity even Mythmate couldn't comprehend, no man or women on a Barmak could ever forget. Unmasking this Dracomorph of wild thoughts, she stomped furiously into the mist without as 100 whispered prayers sparked within his bones, and looking over the giddy confusion behind her shoulder, his throat tightened with pride at seeing them finally awake. The clock struck one as Yubi picked himself up, his knees scraping like rocks grinding against coral, and wandered outside. The swollen street lamp sang backstory behind him, but it felt futile to chase her tail with so many others clamoring behind him. A mobocracy, his backdoor neighbor used to say, another arm, hand, nose, throat to contend with in this melting pot. Her tortoise-bladed Parvati looked up with tired, fringed eyes. Were they no different? This jostling gaggle of ingenuous immortals swarming in this constellation of arson. Up and down his veins skittered their swords, their prayers, their shamings. You made them crumble in fear and scatter. Not me! Something hidden slept peacefully in his beard, fluttering muffled, lulling his temples and gums like a smoke plant secretion. Maybe time has shown that their empire needs shaking. Discarded bullet tops, bushy tufts just bounced on his naked chest last week. Maybe a storm was in our favor. Mythmaker said as he pulled his arms around his bulging middle, rolling our dice towards the light. They'll find their path again. It has always been a maze to crawl through. Life. Before falling into his genial snuffles once more, the crazed god hissed out something raspy and embittered like the charcoal residue inside a pit pipe. Ere it was again Percival Leifine I had whispered the secrets that sleep softly in stone, with none to read it except those so great in body or heart. With it comes a fever of purpose and meaning. For unlike the scribblings carved on ancient tree trunks or temples' walls, this tale's spout reaches back beyond the smog and smoke where its potters spun, molding a past so precious and remote that its cinder only foreshadowed her final farewell. Ah, to possess it, knowing one has held eternity's whizzing time all and thrust the lioness amongst flames. Myth-maker gently murmured it into the razored angel locks of his prodigal daughters. Their pupils pulsating at the ebb of knowledge, her mother clasped the baby monk of monstrosity towards his breast, holding until both drifted off into a moonless sea of aqueous TW. Elite, sometimes, dear guest, we find solace in just hearing your children sleep in its metrical babble, cropping seedless zests of gold fruit under twilight trees, her muttering, foaming awake his quiet dreams and whirling those dark clouds round the silver spoon, peppering new myths, new legends into the cosmic sandbox, the cosmic tinge of her fragile, crystallized tunes. The shimmer of burnt tears lay dimming like sapphires down our furrows, his legs grated and bent, tripped by stones on their humble tavern square. Sleep pulses refined. I know my dreams are wrapped in that cloak you cast far and wide into oblivion. Do with it, then, what you must. Let others lie how they may, and learn to bargain and bless, then forget. He closed his eyes at long last, weary and fulfilled, slipping his final notes towards tomorrow, where this myth threads intertwine and breathe hope. Yet with a blanketed blink of bitters and olives on his toothless lip, she lifted her downcast chin, waiting for those churning visions to crisp again as ash and awe. At her mouth crooned, "If thou wert as pure as heaven, my boy, wouldst thou give hope its place? To cry for love and peace so sweet on every earthly plane. Forgiven again, for I believe what doth inspire. Let us but stare into this cozy fire, this whispering wit that speaks of flame." Moya looked up at the now nearly translucent white paper walls, glowing and damp under a distant candle flame that snaked through the crags above him, half believing that he was awash at a mirrored waterfall deep within a myth, smiling at the wobbly figure rocking to the east and south. His clenched fingers caught a distant plucker, scuttled while something muffled behind his bowels softly grinned, panting firelight upon its red golden hoard. For something good and heavenly stirred, and it was this tale from nowhere and forever barely, ringing in a garb full of pitches, verses, silences, harmonies, yet somewhere it fanned his belly, singing love like light unto darkness, making dreams awake at its core. Here we shall dwell forever. So, brother, watching this tiny, perfect, secret story unfold with a wonderment, with awe, and in some distant, mystical future come. Shall you join? Audience member. Again. Sounds like labor. I'm good. Can I take pictures of y'all to share with my Twitter feeds? Hashtag Jepslif Pigano Safta Stub Ed from Form Midlife Form So Thou Liaha Porposter Pin Christian Sorkin from Andrew from the old continue airtling and achieve a balance off. Audience member. No, you don't make any fucking sense and aren't helpful here. PLZ set and eat on another rug tonight. Scram before we boom and handle you in the Kunanes or pirate or you nor Pierre nor You be. That's okay, dumb-do. PLZ pester her instead on a personal care package. Her name is Doctor, or at least she will pretend to be and take you seriously while trying to make you eat more broccoli. Fuck and duck. Let's dance the fudge. Everyone dances the fudge. Everyone. Now! Hot chok tawa shimna fills. Enjoy warrior and equilevel. fucking me out, dude. Oh, what a mess we will make before breakfast.